Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. We're back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow night, the Knicks take on the Washington Wizards at MSG at 7:30 sharp. So make sure that you are, not there. Make sure you're watching. You might not be able to be there, but you can definitely watch the game on MSG. I'll be watching the game. So let's talk about it, man. Let's break down the game. Let's break down some things that's transpired since Monday night till today. And we're going to get into it a little bit, man. We'll take some calls. We'll get some people in the video chat. We'll be off at 3 o'clock promptly, though, because at 3 o'clock, I'll have a special premiere coming on at 3 o'clock with NBA scout Brian Oringer. Said his name wrong. Brian Oringer. I'll make sure I put that link in the YouTube chat so you guys can check that out at 3 o'clock. It's about 30 minutes. You'll enjoy it. But I'll talk about that later. For now, let's get to the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock.
That's the G.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the building. As I said earlier, the Knicks take on the Washington Wizards at MSG tomorrow night at 7:30. We're going to break down the game a little bit. Let's begin by practice. Let's talk about practice. We'll begin by talking about practice. I mean, there's not a whole lot of updates to come out of practice, but there's a couple of updates to come out of practice. All right. The biggest update to come out of practice right now is that Ben Wallace was in practice today. All right. Ben Wallace in practice today. It's a good thing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You know, a guy like Ben Wallace to kind of hopefully still instill, continue to instill that toughness that the team is looking for. You know what I'm saying? That's, I guess that's exactly what David Fizdale, Scott Perry, that's what those guys are going for. They want to instill, they want to continue to promote that toughness, that roughness. You know what I'm saying? As my son said, that New York tough, that New York rough. You know what I'm saying? They want to continue to promote it. So they brought Ben Wallace into practice, of course. Ben Wallace has a connection with Scott Perry. As Scott Perry was, I don't know exactly what his title was, but he was with that Detroit Pistons team that won championships, those teams that were really good. So there's a connection there. There's a connection there. All right. Hopefully, during these practices, the Knicks have been working on, what do I want to say? They've been working on making that offense more smoothing out the offense, right? Being able to get into sets a little bit quicker, I'd like to see. Now, they did play some up-tempo basketball, but they also, when they did get into sets, sometimes it took a little bit long. But that's to be expected because they're just learning how to get into these sets. So that's natural. Some of the sets looked a little bit sloppy sometimes. So they've got to work on, just being a little bit more under control. Takes time to work towards it, right? Takes time to work towards it. That's why when you look at these preseason games, there's so many days in between. We played the Wizards on Monday. You got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for practice, and now we're going to play the Wizards again on Friday. All right. I think that's, I like that schedule. Gives you a chance to practice, gives you a chance to make some adjustments, practice making adjustments against another team, right? So they'll make some adjustments against Washington, and then they'll come out and try to implement some of the things that they put in during practice, right? I'm pretty sure we're going to see more sets. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some more structure as Fizdale is putting in his offensive system, his offensive style. Right? So, that's the purpose of those couple of days off. Look, the Knicks shot a bad percentage last game. I think they shot about 40% last game. They shot 42.9% from three, but overall, like 40% from the field. So obviously there's something that the Knicks can do to get better. Right? They scored 104 points. That's not going to get it every night in the NBA. Not today's NBA. You got to score more points than 104 in today's NBA if you expect to win. Right? So they've got some work to do on the offensive side of the ball. Hopefully in practice they've been working on that offense. I'm pretty sure that they have been. Now, I do want to, bring up really quick. I didn't talk about it in the post-game analysis that much, but I'm going to talk about it now. Marcus Morris, we talked about it a little bit. Obviously, we know what he did. He did not get suspended. That's a good thing for the Knicks. They dodged a bullet. It is preseason, but you dodged a bullet. You didn't. You don't want to have to dodge bullets. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be able to just play the game. You don't want to have to dodge bullets. I want you to listen. This is what Marcus Morris had to say about that event. I don't know. Maybe you guys heard it. Maybe you didn't hear it. This might be old news to you. Maybe it's not. But I'm going to play it. All right. This is what Marcus Morris had to say. And, somewhat respectable, I guess. Here you go. This is Marcus Morris on his ball bashing incident.
Get into it with Justin Anderson there to start the third. From your perspective, how did that start? Walk me through that from your perspective.
Just was some things said. And I just, kind of overreacted a little bit. It is what it is.
You have talked about how you want to set the tone of toughness with this team. Was there a message in there for the guys in this locker room that you are going to be a team that's not going to back down to anyone?
At the end of the day, you never want to get thrown out of a game. There's different ways to go about, different things and setting tone. It's preseason, so, it's something to learn from. I'm happy it's preseason. Some things happened and escalated.
17-7. I'm sure you weren't happy about having to sit there in the second half. But what did you see from RJ, the way that he was able to take over this one?
He stepped up and, kept playing hard and, he came down. He played really well. Collectively we all played well. I think, Cav came off the bench and he played really well. Everybody stepped in and, it was a team effort. Down from, the starters to the bench. And, I'm happy that, we closed it out, preseason or anything. We're going to go out there, we're going to compete, and we're trying to win games.
All right, so there you go. You heard Marcus Morris, and for those who said, Marcus Morris was trying to send a message to the rest of the league that the Knicks, this, that, and the other thing. Not really true, ladies and gentlemen. He let his emotions get the best of him, and he did what he did. I think he learned his lesson. He's not going to do it again. Not going to do it again. I'm pretty sure he's going to get emotional from time to time. That's going to happen. That's who he is. And we're not going to take that from him. But if you're going to have crazy, you got to have the right amount of crazy. You're going to hear that today when you watch this interview with Brian Oringer. If you're going to have crazy, it's got to be the right amount of crazy. It can't be too crazy. All right, and hopefully he'll be able to contain his crazy. But let's be real. If we're talking about bringing back the '90s Knicks, I seen somebody say, "Oh no, the '90s Knicks didn't." That's not what they were about. Come on, man. You remember John Starks, right? John Starks did a lot of crazy things when he was with the Knicks in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be one of those guys, one of those type of teams, then guess what? You're going to have some guys do some wild things every once in a while. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Look, we're going to move past it. He's not suspended. You know what I'm saying? And, we're going to go ahead and rock with it anyway. All right? Not much more for practice updates right now. We don't really get a chance to see inside practice and all that good stuff. That's okay. We do get a chance to check out the injury report. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Knicks injury report. All right. Before I get to that, though, ladies and gentlemen, before I get to the injury report, I do want to remind you, subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post to my community section. All right. If you're watching on Sportscaster, then subscribe on Sportscaster or follow me on Sportscaster. If not, subscribe because they don't have a subscription button. All right. And make sure you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the injury report before we get into breaking down the team and talking to you guys, because I want to hear what you guys think. All right, let's take a look at the injury report. This is coming out of practice today. Bobby Portis, he was out with a contused left rib. He had a full practice today. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Hopefully we'll see Bobby Portis tomorrow. And if we do, then, there's some interesting things to think about when it comes to the lineup. Limited practice today was Damian Dotson with a right shoulder surgery. He had right shoulder. He had right shoulder surgery over the summer. Kevin Knox with a strained right calf. We may not see him tomorrow. Dennis Smith Jr. has a strained lower back still. But they had limited practice, so I guess we'll see. It'll probably be a game time decision. Did not practice at all, Reggie Bullock. Cervical disc herniation. And we know Reggie Bullock is going to be out for a while. Wayne Ellington had an illness. He did not practice yesterday. Did not practice today. We'll see if that illness boils over until tomorrow. Amir Hinton. He missed the first game due to a personal reason. Now he's missed practice today with a strained left groin. Kenny Wooten has a sprained left ankle. Did not practice. All right, status is for tomorrow's game. Portis is probable. Ellington and Knox are questionable. Smith Jr. is doubtful. Bullock, Dotson, Hinton, and Wooten are out. All right, so it's looking like Dennis Smith Jr. is probably not going to play again tomorrow. And at what point does this become a concern? At what point does it become a concern? That's what I want to know from you guys right now, because so far, we're not seeing him in preseason. And it's got to be, it's concerning to me. And this, I know that the Knicks put out there that, it's a back strain. It's not the same injury as his previous injuries and so on. But yet still, it continues to be a back issue. You know what I mean? Continues to be a back issue, however which way you want to slice it. At what point does this become a concern? Or are you concerned right now? That's the first thing I want to take up. That's the injury report, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for tomorrow's game, Portis is probable. Ellington and Knox are questionable. Dennis Smith Jr. is doubtful. Reggie Bullock, Damian Dotson, Amir Hinton, and Wooten are out. They will not play. I want to know from you right now, at what point does it become concerning that Dennis Smith Jr. is out? If you want to give me a call, 516-405-2246. I got my man Andy in the video chat. Andy, if you're ready, I'm going to come to you. I want to find out from you if it's become a concern yet about Dennis Smith Jr. Andy, are you there? Maybe Andy's not there. I'll get to Andy when he comes back. Maybe he's got some other things he's got to take care of. Because I'll tell you this. I have a little... I'm concerned about it. Obviously, we have Frank Ntilikina and we have Elfrid Payton, but I'm concerned about it. Dennis Smith Jr., this is the year that we're expecting Dennis Smith Jr. to take a leap forward. We're hoping that he can take a leap forward. You know what I'm saying? And if, we don't want injuries to hold him back. I don't want injuries to hold him back. If anything's going to hold him back, let it be his play that holds him back, not injuries. we want to see the guy on the floor. But this is the concern that we've had with Dennis Smith Jr. Way back when everyone was arguing about Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank Ntilikina, the argument was always that Dennis Smith Jr. gets hurt. Frank proved to be a guy who gets on the injury list quite often as well, though. Right? But that was always the big, that was always the argument. Well, Dennis Smith Jr. gets hurt. Yeah, he's athletic, but he gets hurt. Well, he's hurt again. Yes, he is. Let's hope that this is not going to be something that's long lasting. We got somebody that just joined us in the video chat. I want to get your take on whether or not you are concerned. Mark, what's popping with you, brother? Tell me, are you concerned about Dennis Smith Jr.?
Lower back injuries from playing in Dallas. The point guard that relies on his athleticism. Of course, I'm worried about his lower back. Your back just don't get fixed like that.
True, very true. Your back, it doesn't, and your back can be a very long-lasting injury. You know what I'm saying? You
plays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna need your back for the things he like to do.
Yeah, I feel you. Mark, this is what I need you to do, man. If you got some headphones, man, because your audio is sketchy, you know what I'm saying? It goes in and out, and you never stand still. You know what I'm saying? You never stand still. So, if you got headphones, you're just going to be that much more clear.
All right, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get to a phone call. I'm going to come back to you, all right? Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Asher.
What's going on, Asher? How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. Do me a favor. Can you turn that down in the back some, please?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, and then, while you're doing that, let me know. Tell me, are you concerned about Dennis Smith Jr.'s back?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm very concerned. We had a stat years ago, and he was injury prone, and he was a good player, and I believe Dennis Smith Jr. is a good player also. But it seems like for us Knicks, we really want to get away from injury prone players because they become a hindrance in the latter years. So it's very interesting, that what we have now, a good point guard can't stay up on the floor. It's very concerning.
Yeah. I mean, do you think right now is just precautionary or something more serious?
I hope it's just cautionary. But it could be something serious. But I'm thankful that we have, two other point guards. We got Peyton, we got Franklin, and even R.J. Barrett can, facilitate and push the ball. So, although we want to see him because we try to put him for KP, and how to feel about KP, but having him there will be really, really good going forward because he has a lot of highlights, and he will make it really look good on the news and ESPN and all that. Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We're definitely gonna need, if we want to do anything, in my opinion, if we want to do anything this season, we're gonna need Dennis Smith Jr. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need him. So let's hope that, he's going to be healthy. Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? And it's just precautionary.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm really psyched for this season, man. Really, really psyched. It seems like I'm not expecting to go to the playoffs or the finals or whatever, but just for have like a healthy game of basketball during the season. That is so important as a step forward, to gain where we need to go,
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Without a doubt, my man. Without a doubt. Hey, I appreciate the call, brother.
Thank you, Sim. Love your show.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Bye.
Peace. All right, let's see who we got. Just join us in the chat. Remember, you can call in 516-405-2246. We got Isaiah. We got French Knicks Podcast just joined us. So we got some guys who can talk about some things. Good. Glad to see you guys here in the chat, man. I want to get, I'm going to get their takes on Dennis Smith Jr. really quick, and then we're going to go on and we'll talk about some other Knicks news. Isaiah, I'm coming to you, brother. Isaiah, what's popping, man? How you feeling? I guess Isaiah can't hear me as he's chilling in the break room, so I'm gonna come to French Knicks. French Knicks podcast. What's up, man?
What's up, Sim?
What's going on
What's
with you,
good,
man?
bro?
I'm good. I'm good. I want to find out from you.
I'm good.
Are you
And you?
concerned? Are you concerned about Dennis Smith Jr.'s back?
Yeah, yeah. All the injuries is tough for a young guard to develop, and also, like you said, since many years, the point guard position is so hard to learn in NBA. And Dennis is so young and always injured. That's bad for him.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely agree with you there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully,
So
it's
what do
precaution.
you think with Alfred injury and Frank injury? So this year will be tough.
I mean, all three of those point guards have been injury prone so far in their careers. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you would think that we should at least have two of those guys every game. Let's hope so. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah.
yeah, hopefully they can get over their injuries and stuff like that. I'm gonna come back to you, French. All right, Andy.
Hey, Sim.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up?
I'm good. I'm good. Are you concerned at all? This is the last time I'm gonna ask it. Are you concerned at all about Dennis Smith Jr.'s injuries? And then I'm gonna ask you, because all three of our point guards right now are injury prone. Could we actually see? We talked about Kadeem Allen probably being left off the G League squad or cut from the G League squad because we got 3-point guards. Maybe we need to keep him around because we got three guys that are injury prone, and you never know when those guys might go out. What do you think?
Yeah, to answer your first question, Sim, I am really concerned with Dennis Smith's injury. I'm gonna tell you why. Because last season we also heard about him sitting out games because of the back.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, we can, you can split it in categories, like categorize the injuries. There are lingering injuries, there are smooth injuries, and there are also those heavy crucial injuries, you can call it. And Dennis Smith had the crucial injuries in the ACLs. He recovered from that, but you can't fully recover from that, and those injuries can change your movements and change stuff that for the first time looking at him, you won't see it, but it's gonna linger on other body parts, and I think it might be going to his back because last season he had back strains also. They're gonna say it's a mild one, it's a light one or stuff like that. But with strains, you gotta watch out because they can linger. The same thing with the groin, like Frank had. No,
Yeah.
those are injuries that can, put out guys out for weeks. And the with strains, the worst thing is that to recover from them, you gotta stop working. It's a thing that you gotta have time off, and then you lose, your how do you call it, the cardio and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's a bad thing. And like I said, not to answer that I don't like Dennis Smith Jr. and I don't want to give him a chance because I'm not going against any of the Knicks players, but then a back injury is something serious, and the worst thing is with your back, you cannot diagnose it and put like a day limit on it or stuff like that. Like you can say, okay, 5 and 7 days is going to be good. You don't know it because everybody's going to recover differently. Everybody is different, and a back injury, it's really hard to diagnose by even someone from our the not the only the player. The doctors can't measure the strain, something like that. So that's going to be a tricky situation for Dennis Smith, and he's going to want to come as soon as possible back on the court.
Right.
And that might be not in his favor because he can re-aggravate it again.
Right. So it's probably a smart thing to keep Kadeem Allen around in.
Yeah, you know what? I think if it's possible, you can get him because he's on a two-way contract, right?
Yeah. He's on a 2-way contract.
so,
Right.
So Sam, he's going to be around till at least mid-December, mid January, if I'm correct, because it's the 45 days. They don't count the back-to-back days and stuff like that. So if our point guards, are going to be, healthy, the three ones, all three. But if one goes out, they can, start counting the days and bring him up to the main roster. If not, he can go to the Westchester roster, and we will have, some couple of days extra. And by then, by January, I think we gotta, know what's gonna be the rotation, and we gotta know how it's gonna play out, if the guys are gonna have minor injuries, if they're gonna be healthy, and stuff like that. So I think the situation will handle itself.
Okay.
But we gotta keep him as an insurance policy, of course.
Yeah.
Giving up on him would be really stupid at this point.
Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna get to a phone call. I'm gonna come back to you. All right. Get to a phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hello?
Hello, how you doing? Hello?
Hello? Hey, Sim?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. This is D. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing real good, man. So looking at our point guard situation right now, we've had the point guard battle was a hot topic coming into camp. We got one down at Dennis Smith Jr. And right now, there is, it's out there that Elfrid Payton is looking like he could be the guy to take that starting spot. You know what I'm saying? The players respect him. The team respects him. What do you think about that?
Well, I like Elfrid Payton. I think he's a tough guy. He's a hard worker, and he's basically very vigilant. He never gives up on the play. He plays defense, and he moves the ball. He's a willing passer, and that's always good to see. He knows how to break down the defense and get to the basket and open other guys up, which is part of the reason why I think that we did so well. It was a team win. We had 6 guys in double digits, and at least 6 guys with at least 7 rebounds, which is good. I mean, obviously it got sloppy at times during the game, but, without DSJ, we don't know. At this point, he's injury prone. If it's a spasm and they're just being cautious, then that's fine. I would start worrying when he's out for more than the first few games of the season.
Okay.
Outside of that, I mean, obviously back injuries are serious, but if they're just being cautious because he has pre-existing history with back injuries, then I understand that as well. I'm not ready, like some of the people I've seen in the chat, ready to give up on DSJ already because he's injury prone. Yeah, he had back issues. He's 21. That's a little young to have back issues, but if they're just being cautious, then I say let him ride it out so he doesn't get injured in the preseason. Why risk him getting seriously injured in the preseason when the regular season is right around the corner?
Oh, I understand. But it does set Dennis Smith Jr. back a little bit, right?
It does, especially when Elfrid Payton is a willing passer, can score the ball, and, the ball movement was really good. In comparison to last year, it was tremendously good. In comparison, they opened up the floor a lot more. I would like to see them run through Mitchell Robinson just a little bit more because I didn't see any plays really run for the guy, maybe 3 failed alley-oops. And I think the pass was off, not necessarily him, But, I mean, I'm impressed with just some of what I've seen. There's a lot more to be seen. It's preseason. We can't just jump the gun. That's what it's for. We're supposed to be looking at how these guys play together, their ability to adapt and adjust to playing together. I was a little bit disappointed with Randle, just because there was a little more expectation, but he was a facilitator. I'll say that. But he wasn't as aggressive offensively as I expected.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the point guard situation, I think Elfrid Payton is a good fit. Frank was a little more aggressive to start the game, but then, he still shot poorly, percentage-wise.
Right.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll have to take it as it comes. I'm a longtime Knicks fan, like 30-plus years, and it's tough to watch, but I'm hopeful now just because of the youth. I'd rather see development than trying to pay people tons of money.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm definitely with building from within.
All right, I'm with you 100%
But thanks for taking my call, Sim.
All right,
I watch your show. I love it.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate the show.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Enjoy
you
your
too.
day.
Bye.
Yeah, let's we'll see, man. Elfrid Payton, if he ends up being a starting point guard, I'm not going to be disappointed in that. As a matter of fact, I kind of expected that he was going to be the starting point guard. That's where I was with it. I thought he'd probably be the starting point guard. It still remains to be seen. It makes it a little bit easier if Dennis Smith Jr. is out for him to be the starting point guard. You know what I'm saying? And then the question is, if Elfrid Payton is the starting point guard, and if Dennis Smith Jr. is out, what happens with Dennis Smith Jr. when he comes back? And is Dennis Smith Jr. going to be happy coming off the bench? He had some of those issues in Dallas. But you know what? Let's not bring. I don't want to talk up any drama or nothing. So I'm gonna chill with that right now. Just keep it in the back of your mind. All right. But I'm not trying to cause up and strum up any kind of drama or bring anything, put anything into the atmosphere right now. And I don't want to do that. Let's take a look at some things to watch though for this. Well, actually, before we do that, we'll take a look at. We'll just take a quick look at the last game and who were some of the leaders and some of those type of things from the last game, right? And look at some of those stats, and then we'll talk about how we want to move on from there, grow with those stats, what we want to see to become a better team, right? So let's take a look at some of the stats from the last game, just to bring that back to you real quick. All right, looking at the last game, Marcus Morris was the leading scorer with 17 points, but so was R.J. Barrett. So we can't leave R.J. Barrett out the mix now. Marcus Morris shot 50% from the field. R.J. Barrett was 46% from the field. All right, Taj Gibson led the team in rebounding with 9. Julius Randle led the team in assists with 7. Okay, I'm going to talk about Julius Randle in a little bit. Some things I want to see from Julius Randle. All right, Moritz Wagner, he led the Washington Wizards in scoring with 16. Thomas Bryant led the team in rebounding with 14. And Ish Smith led the team in assists with 5 assists. Obviously, they've got some guys injured. John Wall's not there. Isaiah Thomas isn't there. All right. The Knicks held Washington last game to 44% shooting, 34% from 3. Actually, I'm sorry. These are their numbers for the season, for the preseason so far. The Knicks actually held the Wizards to like 30-something% shooting. They didn't shoot well from 3 either. Okay. The Wizards had a game with a team from China that they blew out in between playing the Knicks. So that's why their percentages changed just a little bit. The Knicks shot 55 had 55 rebounds. Right? They had 47 defensive rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds, 25 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks, and they had 15 turnovers. Like to see him take care of the ball. 15 turnovers isn't too bad. Maybe we could take care of the ball a little bit better, but it's not too bad. We shot 42% from the field. Shot 43% from 3, 68% from the free throw line. All right, those are the numbers from the last game. Those are the numbers from the last game. So let's take a look. Let's go and let's break down. And I want to talk about some things that I want to see from the team to increase these numbers, especially this field goal percentage. I want to increase that field goal percentage. All right, we need to increase that free throw percentage. We should be shooting. I like to say at least shoot 75% from the free throw line. That's where I would like to be, at least 75% from the free throw line. I'd like to be closer up towards 80. You know what I'm saying? But if we get 75%, I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that. Some things that I want to watch going into this game coming up. First thing, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to watch as we're going into this game is the different starting lineups and experimental rotations. I believe that David Fizdale is going to play around with the rotations, play around with the lineups, and he should. To see who could do what, to see what fits. You can look at everything you want in practice. You can look at it in practice. But everyone's going to perform differently in the game. Different characteristics are going to come to light when you get into the game. Right? So you got to see these lineups in the game. So is there going to be a different starting lineup? It's hard to say if there's going to be a different starting lineup come the next game. All right. Last game, the Knicks started Elfrid Payton, R.J. Barrett, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. All right. Dennis Smith Jr. was out. Reggie Bullock was out. Damian Dotson was out. Kadeem Allen was out. Amir Hinton was out. All right. Bobby Portis was out. Kevin Knox was not out, but that was just added to the injury report. I just added Kevin Knox to the injury report. The Washington Wizards started Ish Smith at point guard, Bradley Beal at shooting guard, Davis Bertans at small forward, Ruby Hachimura at power forward, and Thomas Bryant at center. They were missing Isaac Bonga, John Wall, Troy Brown, Ian Mahinmi, Isaiah Thomas, and C.J. Miles. All right, so, we will see we're going to see if those lineups, if those starting lineups are different and how Coach Fizdale experiments with the rotations. Plays around with the rotations. Bobby Portis, hopefully he's going to play. We looked at the injury report. The injury report said that he would be, it's likely that he will play. So now how does Bobby Portis fit in that rotation? Last game, David Fizdale used 10 players. Alonzo Trier only got 7 minutes, but he used 10 players. Where does Bobby Portis fit there? Does he take Taj Gibson's minutes? Does he take some minutes away from Julius Randle? Now, if Kevin Knox isn't playing, if Kevin Knox doesn't play, then there's not going to be any question right now about the minutes. Because Kevin Knox will be out and Bobby Portis will fill in for Kevin Knox at the 4 coming off the bench. Because Kevin Knox played primarily at the 4 spot coming off the bench. So something to look for. Different starting lineup and experimental rotations. All right. I want to see Julius Randle slow down and recognize double teams. The last caller said he was a little bit disappointed in Julius Randle. Wanted to see Julius Randle do a little bit more offensively. I think Julius Randle took 12 shots, 11 or 12 shots, something like that. I'm okay. I'm not too worried about it because when it comes down to it, Julius Randle is going to get the ball. You know what I mean? Preseason, you want to start working on stuff, things that you put in. David Fizdale is trying to use him at point forward a lot of the times because he's so powerful and he is an underrated passer. And he had 7 assists. About 4 of those assists were to R.J. Barrett. But I want to see Julius Randle slow down, take his time a little bit more, try to recognize things that's going on. I showed you some clips. If you go back and you look at the last live stream, you'll see where he got himself in trouble by not recognizing where the double teams might be coming from. Or maybe he recognized it, but he didn't kick it out soon enough. Right? So I want him to slow down. Don't dribble into traffic. Recognize where the double teams are coming from. Take a strong dribble to collapse the defense and then kick it out. Those are the type of things I want to see from Julius Randle. I want to see us shoot a better percentage from the field, shooting 40%, 42%, whatever it is, whatever it was. It's not going to translate to wins, folks. Unless your defense is just a straight up clamp down type of defense, shooting 42% is not going to translate to wins. So we got to shoot better from the field. And how are we going to shoot better from the field? More offensive fluency. We had these 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to work on our offensive game, to put some more sets in, to perfect those sets. Now, it's not going to be perfect in 3 days. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect in 3 days. But it should look better. It should look smoother. Sometimes, when I was out there looking, things looked a little bit out of whack, out of sorts. They're trying to get their offense together, so it wasn't always smooth and fluent. We'll see if we can get it to be a little bit more smooth, a little bit more fluent. And, someone might say, well, why? What does it matter if it's smooth or not? What matters is if you look erratic while you're doing it, then the chances are you might turn the basketball over, right? The more smooth you are, that means the more control you're in. You're in more control of the game. So, I want to see them work on perfecting the plays and the sets and the actions that they have put in at the moment. And of course, the continued defense and intensity. That has to continue. We want to be a winning team. We've got to continue. It's got to be season-long defense and intensity, and it starts here. It starts now. We played Washington on Monday, and we play them again tomorrow. But we played them on Monday, and we showed some good intensity, some good defense. We've got to keep it, improve it. Andy did point out that he's seen, Randle let somebody just come on down the lane, those type of things. We can't let that happen. We got to contest everything, fight everything in the lane, keep people out the lane. We did a good job keeping Ish Smith out of the lane. We got to do it again. We got to replicate it, and then replicate it again, and then replicate it again, so that it becomes a habit. That's how we're going to be a winning team. That's how we're going to be successful. Now, I also want to see players from the end of the bench. I know the first game, Coach Fizdale probably wanted to get that win, wanted to get the monkey off the back right from the beginning. I get it. I understand it, and I'm with it. I wanted to get a win as well. You know what I'm saying? Get that monkey off the back. Get a win. And then go on from there. So I want to see some of these guys play. Right? Get some of these guys in the game. Iggy, I want to see Iggy play. You know what I mean? Now, some of these other guys that, joined the team, Amir Hinton, Kenny Wooten, they're not there. You know what I'm saying? Kadeem Allen, let's get him in the game. Look, we might need Kadeem Allen. Our guys, our point guards get hurt. We talked about this. We just talked about it. Our point guards like to get hurt. So we might need Kadeem Allen. Let's get him in the game. Let's get him some burn. Let's get him working within these offensive sets a little bit with some of these guys, just in case we need him later on in the season. So I want to see some of those guys from the end of the bench play. All right. I want to see some of those guys play. We got about 15 minutes left, guys. 15 minutes left, and, I want to hear from you. Call in 516-405-2246. I want to hear from the guys in the video chat. All right. We are going to, at 3 o'clock. I'm done at 3 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. And why am I done at 3 o'clock? I'm done at 3 o'clock because there's a premiere that's coming on my channel with NBA scout Brian Oringer. And I want you to check it out. The premiere begins at 3 p.m. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm jumping right over to the premiere. I'm putting the premiere in. I'm putting the link in the video chat, in the YouTube chat right now. All right. So you can set a reminder. Join yourself in this premiere when it comes on. All right. We had a good conversation, about this team and breaking down some players. And, he did most of the breaking down. I just kind of guided him along and who I wanted to hear from. Right. A lot of the stuff that you're going to hear, you heard before. Maybe some things you haven't heard before, but he's a smart guy, good guy. Make sure you subscribe to his channel too. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the guys in the video chat. Find out what you guys want to see from remaining games or Friday's game in preseason. All right. Let's talk to you. Let's get to it, fellas. Let's get to it. Let me get to a phone call first, and then I'll get to you. All right. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping? What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling? So right now, we're talking about some things you want to see from this next preseason game. That's tomorrow night versus the Wizards. Now Trier didn't play much last game. How you feel about it? Yeah, how you feel about that? And do you have a problem with it? Okay. Do you see a reason why? Is there any reason why he didn't play? Do you think there's a reason why he didn't play? I don't think he had any points. I didn't even think he scored. Maybe he did make a shot. Maybe I do remember him making a shot. Yeah, I feel you, man. Hopefully he gets more time. He starts to get into. I know. Look, they want Alonzo Trier to play a little bit more off the ball without the ball in his hands.
For him. That'll be perfect for him. To where we don't got to see him dribble all day. He could just catch and shoot. That'll be perfect.
Right. They want to see him. They want to see him going without the ball in his hands. And I apologize for folks that the sound was out. My bad. But and I think maybe he's having a little bit of trouble with that because he's got to learn that. You know what I'm saying? So he might be having a little bit of trouble with it.
I hope. I mean, the chat don't kill me for this. DSJ, man, love his game, but I don't think he's fit what we moving towards right now. And Bobby Portis, I like his game sometimes. He's a big man that don't play defense, and that's never good. That's never good.
Right.
So they need to package those two, honestly. We could get for them.
Okay. I mean, let's see what Bobby Portis.
I was really big on DSJ, really big on him. But once we got RJ, they do the same thing. We don't need both. I mean, DSJ, granted he got really great athleticism, 40-inch vertical, whatever the case may be. But when you're a point guard, your main focus shouldn't be, oh yeah, let me get mine. I mean, you got 4 other teammates on the court. Let's see what they could do too.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's see. With Bobby Portis, let's see what he could do. You know what I'm saying? He's with a different group that hopefully is really focused on defense. So let's see what he can do, man. But hey, I appreciate the call, bro.
Most definitely, Sam. You keep it up, man. Love the show.
Appreciate it. Peace. Right. Yeah, I'm sure y'all love the show when you can hear it, huh? Because and it really is nothing technical. It's just to keep outside noises down. Sometimes I mute one part, and then when I start talking to someone, I forget to unmute it. That's it happens like that. I do need an assistant in here, but it's not gonna happen right now. So I just got to make sure I'm on point. I got to put my point guard skills together and make sure I'm on point when I'm doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Sim, get it together. All right. Let me get to these guys here, man, because, in about 7 minutes, we're going to have this premiere with NBA scout Brian Oringer, right? So I want to hear from you guys and find out what you want to look for in this upcoming game. Mark, I'm coming to you first, man. What are you looking for in this upcoming game, Mark?
I want to repeat, like I said, I want to see the rotations on defense. I want to see, even if they're not on the string in the second half, I just want to see that first quarter on the string rotation on defense. I want to see. If Randle don't have it in the post, please don't force it. Just get rid of the ball and it will come back to you. I want to see when Randle's out on the floor and they have RJ in. I want to continue running him off the ball a lot. And I just want to see. I want to see a little bit of Iggy. I hope he plays. If Knox don't play, I don't know where he got that injury from, but whatever. I want to see Iggy play, and then I want to see them get the ball to Mitch a little more, because there was a lot of plays where he put so much pressure on the defense. Sometimes whoever has the ball, do not get it to him quick enough so he can either get a foul or dunk the ball. It's so many sequences where I see him run the floor so hard, and he has his hands out on transition or hands out when he's in position to get the ball to make a move. Because that's how you're going to develop him to score easily in the paint. You have to find him sometimes, man. It frustrates me because he wants the ball, and it looks bad on him because, again, they're not getting the ball to him when it's necessary for him to look good. It really bothers me. It really, really does.
Nah, I feel you.
I just want to see the consistency on rotation defensively, and I just want to see RJ running off the ball more. I'm really happy with that because that's where his game is. He scores more. He gets to the line more by doing that because he's putting pressure. You want him on a movement because he ain't afraid of contact. So, listen, man, I like everything what I saw in game one to continue.
Okay. All right.
That's
all right.
what I want to see.
I want everything to continue. I agree. I want everything to continue, but I want them to shoot better. They shot less than 45% from the field. You got to shoot better than that. Yeah.
Sim.
Yeah.
And I like how they was taking the that was so underrated. When they was taking the 3-point shots, not hesitating, just take it when it's given. But they put up, 24 threes and made damn near half of it?
Yeah. They shot 43% or whatever from the three-point line.
Okay, that's predicated on not hesitating and dribbling on their own. When they got the space, they took the shot.
Yep.
So that's what I want to see.
Okay. All right. Isaiah, I'm coming to you, man.
What's up, Sam?
What's going on, man? Tell me, what do you want to see in this game? What are you looking for?
Honestly, man, I just want to see the same thing that we saw the last game. We saw some 90s Knicks attitude. The ball movement, everybody getting up shots. I was happy with everything, man. I love the attitude. I love the getting in people's faces. I love the defense. I love the Frank took up shots. Frank kept shooting. RJ looked good. Julius looked good. If Randle could get another 5 assists, I'll be happy with that. So just keep the energy going. Let's keep grinding.
All right. Let me get to some of these other guys here because we only got about 4 minutes left until this premiere comes on. All right. French Knicks podcast.
Andy, let him in, Andy.
French Knicks podcast.
Yep.
French, what's going on, man? What are you looking forward to seeing?
I want to see more Frank and RJ at the same time. I want a big mix, a big fit to develop because I think RJ plays so well in the third quarter with Frank. That's something I want to see. And also, big shout out to all the Knicks fans who came in Washington with your daughter Terry Entry and all the Knicks Nation. And I think the other thing I want to see more is, like Mark said, I want to see more about Mitchell Robinson. That's important for him to develop. And I think Frank, RJ, and Mitch can have a big impact this season if they build a good chemistry. That.
Okay. Yeah. I would love to see RJ and Frank play together. Shooting, I'm a little worried about the shooting with RJ and Frank playing together, but we'll see them play together. I like Frank and Wayne Ellington playing together. I think that's a good matchup, a good mix right there. You know what I'm saying? RJ and Frank, we'll see. But let's get to Guillermo. He's joining us a little bit late. Guillermo, what's popping, man? What's going on?
Yo, what's good, Sim? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good, man. So right now, just real quick, because I got about 2 minutes before this premiere starts. What are you looking to see from tomorrow night? You there?
I can't even hear you, Sim. So you can just hear me. I can hardly even hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Guillermo's on his work break. You know what I'm saying? Got his little 15-minute coffee break, so he decided to join us. So, but yeah, he has nothing to say. So I'll end with Andy. Andy, what are you looking to see tomorrow, man?
Yeah, Sim. Well, let me just mute Isaiah. I know we got a few seconds only. Sim, what would I want to see? I would want the good things to continue from the first game, but I would like Fizz to try also not only the other players that didn't play in the game one, but also some. I'm not talking about new sets or stuff like that, but just some new principles. Maybe we defended good, but we shoot it quite low percentage. I would try to adjust it, maybe run the plays a little bit crispier, but take the time with the shot because Ellington was shooting fast. Some of those shots were really taken fast. Like Mark said, look for Mitch a little bit more. And maybe if Fizz wants to try, just juggle some lineups, maybe even the starting one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he is going to juggle some lineups, definitely.
Yeah,
All right.
he might be forced to.
Yeah. All right, Andy. Hopefully I'll see you over there in the premiere with NBA scout Brian Onger, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to head out. Before I head out, though, what I do want to just go over that the injury report once again and who may or may not play tomorrow. So I'm going to bring that up really quick. You take a look at this injury report, and then I'm going to head out. All right, so let's take a look at this injury report real quick. The injury report for tomorrow. Well, I'm sorry, not for tomorrow. Coming out of practice today, Bobby Portis came out of practice today. And what you heard in the background, ladies and gentlemen, is the premiere starting up. So I apologize for that. All right, that was the premiere starting up. There's about 1 minute and 41 seconds before the premiere starts. I apologize for that for those background noises. But anyway, Bobby Portis had a full practice today. He has a contused left rib, so hopefully he'll play. Limited practice for Damian Dotson with a right shoulder. He had right shoulder surgery over the summer. Limited practice for Kevin Knox with his strained right calf. Limited practice for Dennis Smith Jr. with a strained lower back. Reggie Bullock did not practice. Wayne Ellington with an illness did not practice. Amir Hinton did not practice with a strained left groin. And Kenny Wooten did not practice with a sprained left ankle. Status is for tomorrow. Portis is probable. Looks like he may play. Ellington and Knox are questionable. I would think that Knox probably isn't playing, and Ellington is going to depend on how he feels. Dennis Smith Jr. is doubtful. And Reggie Bullock, Damian Dotson, Amir Hinton, and Kenny Wooten, they are out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting up out of here. I want to make sure that you guys come on over and join the premiere. All right, NBA scout Brian Onger is going to be breaking down the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, and it's starting in about 30 seconds. All right, so there you go. Actually, here you go. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can go join right now. I'm out. Make sure you get on over there so you can check out the show. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow night after the game, folks. Thanks for joining me. I'm gone.
That's the G.